Very good morning, children. Children, in our last lecture, we had started with chapter number 12, that is food for all, right, children? And let us revise first, okay, what we had learnt in our last lecture. We had learnt about agricultural seasons, right? In that, we had seen that about 60% of the land in our country is used for agriculture, and so our India is called as agricultural country. Okay, there are two main agricultural seasons in the country. The season from June to October is called as the Kharif season. Okay, and in this season the crops are watered mainly by the rain. The season from October to March is called as the Rabi season. Okay, and in this season the sources of the water for the crops are rainwater that is soaked into the soil, the retreating monsoons, and the dew. Okay, and we have also seen that some crops that are grown from March to June are called as summer crops. Okay, the crops that are grown from March to June are called as summer crops. Okay, then we had seen about agricultural work. Okay, children, every farmer has a wish that he should get a good harvest, right? Because a good harvest provides a good source of income, right, children? But what does a good harvest require? Fertile land, good quality seeds and fertilizers, and availability of water. Okay, these three things are essential for a good harvest. Okay, but not only this, the tasks of tilling the land should also be done from time to time. Okay, and also the protection of the crop and the storage of the crop are equally important. Okay, all of these processes are important, then only we can get a good harvest. Okay, children, now as you all are seeing, day by day our population is increasing, right? And although the population is increasing, but still the needs of all the people are being met, right, children? And this is possible only because of the modern improved methods of agriculture. Okay, children, then we had seen about the traditional agriculture. Yes, in traditional method of agriculture, ploughing, tilling, etc. were done with the help of oxen. Okay, a mott. What is a mott, children? I had explained this. A mott is a huge leather bag. Okay, a mott is driven with the help of oxen, was used to draw the water from the well. Okay, harvesting, threshing, etc. was done by the members of the family with the help of this oxen. Okay, but nowadays farmers carry out all these tasks with the help of machines. Okay, children, then we had seen about improved methods of agriculture, and in that we had seen about improved seeds. Okay, children, earlier it was customary, means compulsory, to preserve the seeds of one harvest for sowing in the next season. Okay, but children, those seeds did not have a high yield. Okay, and Nowadays, improved seeds are developed through research. Okay, and they all are available in the market. Okay, and they get a very much higher yield, and also they can resist pest attacks. Okay, then we saw about modern methods of irrigation. Okay, children, we all know that crops grow well if they are watered at right time, right? Water is very much essential factor for the growth of the crops. Okay, water from rivers, lakes and wells is used for irrigation in addition to rainwater. Okay, and water is stored by means of dams and bunds on the river to obstruct the flow of water. Okay, and children, this also helps to raise the levels of groundwater. Okay, children, then we saw about two methods of irrigation, that is drip irrigation and sprinkler irrigation. Okay, what is drip irrigation? The drip irrigation method makes use of pipes with holes. Okay, this ensures that the required amount of water drips only near the plants. Thus, full use is made of available water. Okay, and sprinkle irrigation means use of sprinklers of the different sizes that spray water directly on the plants. Okay, children. Then we saw about fertilizers. Okay, children, do you all know that if the same crops are grown repeatedly in a field, the fertility of the soil decreases? Hence, we have to add fertilizers to the soil to restore its productivity. Okay, what is the work of the fertilizers? Fertilizers provide the required nutritive substances to the crop. Okay, children, there are two kinds of fertilizers, natural and chemical. Natural fertilizers are called as manures and they are obtained from the materials available in the nature like green waste and animal dung. Okay, whereas chemical or artificial fertilizers are the mixtures of different chemical substances. Okay, children, even organic manures such as compost are also used. Okay, then children, we also saw that overwatering makes the land saline and fallow. Okay, this is seen mainly in areas where water is available in plenty. Okay, for example, near the dams or near the river beds. Okay, now we'll see about today's topic, protection of crops. Okay, diseases and pest attacks can damage crops in the fields. Okay, and as a remedy, means as a solution, insecticides and pesticides are sprayed on crops or certain chemicals are rubbed on the seeds before sowing. Okay, next we will see about storage of grain. Storing the harvested crop safely is as important as increasing the production. Okay, so children, what steps are taken for this purpose? Okay, the grain is dried well in the sun and filled in the sacks. Okay, sacks means pote. Okay, the sacks are then stocked in the house or after selling in warehouses or shops. Stored grains can get damaged in two ways. Okay, mice, rats and insects can spoil the grain to a great extent, and also if the grain is stored in a closed and damp space, it catches fungus and becomes unfit for eating. Okay, to prevent such damage by pests, chemicals are sprayed at the place of storage or all around it. Okay. Children, also neem leaves are used for such purpose. They are mixed in the grain. Okay. And also some protective chemicals can be mixed with the grain. Okay. Their smell repels insects, and so storage places always they should be dry and airy to prevent fungus formation. Okay, children. Next we'll see about food storage and conservation of environment. Like humans, other living things also store food. Okay, and each of them has a different way of doing it. For example, bees collect the nectar from flowers and store it in what, children? Yes, they store it in honeycomb. Okay, in the form of honey. Even insects like ants also store the food. Squirrels store seeds. Because these animals store food, it is available to them when they need it. Okay, children. All the time, plants are busy producing the food they need. Even so, there are some plants that store food. Okay. For example, the bulbs of the plants like onion and garlic, and tubers like potatoes, ginger, etc. Okay, they all store the food. They all are parts of the stem of the plants. Radishes, sweet potatoes, beetroots are the roots of the plants. These plants store food in their stems or roots. Okay, children. We too store food in our homes according to our needs, right, children? We store the food in the summer so that in the rainy season we don't have to go out in the rains and buy food, right, children? In India, due to the improved methods of cultivation, we now produce plenty of food grains. The production exceeds the demand. The surplus food grains is stored in huge warehouses. Okay, children, but this may happen that sometimes the production is affected by the disasters such as floods, drought, cyclone, or hailstorm. Okay, at such times, what is to be done? The stored surplus grain can be used for the people. Okay, means people will also get the food, and it can also be used for people displaced due to the disasters like an earthquake. Okay, so children, instead of getting wasted, the grains or the crops can also be used for the people to eat. Okay, children. Next, the green revolution. Okay, children, have you heard about this term, the green revolution? Yes. Who was the person that we can give the credit of green revolution? Yes, the person is Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Okay, now we'll see about the revolution. Today, our country is self-reliant as far as production of food grains is concerned. We are also able to export the surplus grain. Okay, the tremendous increase in the food grain production in our country was achieved during the Green Revolution, and it was brought about by the joint efforts of scientists, people working for the spread of science, and farmers. Okay, the credit for the research that led to improvement in the seeds of the wheat and rice that resulted in the green revolution in India goes to Dr. M.S. Swaminathan. Okay, children. Now we'll see about food security. Children, we all know that food is a basic need of all the human beings, right, children? Many countries have made laws to ensure that every person gets sufficient food according to their need. Okay, these laws are known as food security laws. Okay, and these laws are made so that every person can get sufficient food to eat. In 2013, our country too had enacted a food security law, and it has made it possible to fight ills like malnutrition, starvation, and deaths due to hunger. Children, now we'll see about agricultural assistance program. Okay, what is this program actually? Through this program, farmers are given proper information and guidance about the latest technology, then irrigation facilities, improved seeds, use of the fertilizers and pesticides, etc. Children, they can also get weather forecasts and other agriculture related information from these assistance centers. Okay. In addition, there are even some agricultural schools. Okay. What is the reason behind such schools? These schools are being started for farmers. Okay. Members of a farmer's family can learn about new technology at these schools, and agricultural produce marketing committees held exhibitions too for farmers. Okay, the agricultural department of the government, agricultural universities, television, newspapers, and various periodicals work for the spread of modern methods of agriculture. And so now it is possible for all farmers to use these modern methods to increase the production or the yield. Okay, the whole country benefits from these efforts. Children, do you know what is organic farming? The farming that relies on natural, that is organic materials, is called as organic farming. I repeat the sentence. The farming that relies on organic materials is called as organic farming, and it is a form of traditional agriculture. Okay, and in this method the nutritive substances in the soil are retained. The organic pesticides used in the method have no harmful effects on those who eat the produce. Okay, the grain grown by the method is nutritious and also good to taste. That is why farmers have begun to opt for organic farming methods. Organic farming involves use of manure obtained from plants and animals. These manures consist of fish and bone meal, then animal excreta, as well as decomposed remains of plants and animals. Okay, children. Children, you will always remember that crops should be watered only as much as necessary. There should be no over watering to the crops, otherwise they will get damaged. Okay, and care should be taken while using chemical fertilizers and pesticides. Their overuse also should be avoided. Okay, children, what have we learned from the lesson? There are two main types of agricultural seasons, that is Kharif and Rabi season. Using improved methods of farming leads to an increase in the production, and farmers can get information about modern agricultural technology through agricultural assistance programs. Children, with this we have finished our chapter number 12. Thank you.